Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about 3 different apps that I'm using to save money. It does have something to do with this Mean Mug coffee. So stick around and we'll talk about them. You know, when I was a kid, my dad had a piggy bank, sort of like this one. It wasn't exactly like that, but you know, similar. Had a little slot in the top, and there was no way to get the money out without either breaking it or manipulating it. And he would, throughout the year, he would save quarters. He would, every time he had some spare change, he would drop quarters into that bank. And when it was time for us to get ready to go on vacation, he would enlist me to help him out. And we would turn that bank upside down and take a butter knife and put up in the slot where the quarters went and just jiggle it around until the quarters just started falling out. And that seemed like it took forever. And then we would take those quarters and we would stack them up, we would roll them, and we would take them to the bank and get them cashed. And I would imagine that he had probably saved somewhere between $100 and $200 in there. That's my kid mind talking. My mom can correct me in the comments if she knows differently than that. And that was used sort of as, you know, the spending money to buy gas and whatever else for the vacation that we would take. And so what I'm talking about today is a lot like that. The 3 things that I'm going to talk about today are not going to make you rich. They're not going to put hundreds of dollars back in your bank account every month. It's just not going to happen. But it's like putting things into a piggy bank over and over and over. And one of the things that we talked about in a previous video was an app that I use when I get gas called Upside. And I will leave a link to that video at the end of this video in case you want to go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. Now, I should probably point out right here that everything that I'm going to talk about today is pretty much specific to the United States. And I do apologize for all the people who watch us from overseas, from in Europe and Australia and, you know, wherever. These things are only going to apply in the United States. Now, you may have apps where you live that do basically the same thing. Coming back to Upside. Upside is not just about getting gas. Upside gives me money back when I buy my coffee at Mean Mug Coffee House. Now, what I buy are the Mean Mug beans. And so this is, I don't know, it's, how much was it? It was $13. Upside gives me 6% of that back. After the charge hits my charge card, then Upside will deposit 6% in my account on the app that I can withdraw later. So it's not like a coupon where I'm getting money back when I buy it. I'm getting money back after I've paid for it, 6%. Now, if you add that to the American Express Gold Card that gives me 3 times points for a restaurant, then I'm getting 3 times the points by using my American Express Gold Card to earn points for, you know, airline travel, hotels, other kinds of things. But I'm also getting money back. And all I have to do is take the receipt that I get from Mean Mug, open the app, tell them I want to upload the receipt, hold the phone over it, snap a picture, upload it, and within a couple of days, that money shows up in my account. Now, I have Upside pulled up here on my laptop. It is not available as a website. It's only available as an app. But they do have a website to kind of show you around. So if you go to upside.com, you'll see the main thing here is get the app. But if you scroll down, it will tell you how Upside works. And Upside works with both gas and restaurants. And so if you come down here, you will see that there are some grocery stores that are in here as well, which I have not used yet, I'll be honest. But it will give you sort of a slider here where you can determine how much money do I spend a month in gas, how much money do I spend going out to eat, and the groceries that qualify, how much do I spend on that. It will give you an idea of what your estimated price is, or estimated money back is at the end of the month. And you'll see that that's not a lot. It's not a lot. Now, if I scroll down here, I can see what's near me. And let's see, if I put my, 37421, I put my zip code in here. It will show me a map of what is around me. Now, here's why that little thing may not tell you the whole story, is because if you'll see here, let me get this down here. For instance, this Circle K restaurant right here, or Circle K gas station right here, will give me 3 cents back if I buy gas there. But if I drive just a little bit farther, I get 10 cents back per gallon at Speedway, which is typically where I go to get gas. In addition to that, I do have a referral code. I'll put it here on the screen. And if you go to the description of this video or any of my videos and scroll way down to the bottom, you'll see buried way down at the bottom, out of sight, out of mind, links to the apps that I'm going to talk about today. And if you sign up at Upside and use my link, then I think you'll get like a welcome bonus or something. And I will start getting a few cents every time you fill up with gas. Now, I won't know who you are. Upside doesn't tell me that. It just tells me somebody signed up. And I will get money every time you get gas. And then if you sign up, people in your family or your friends at work or whatever, you will get a little bit more money every time they get gas. The first video that I did that mentioned this, I think I had about, 6 or 7 people that signed up. And I get noticed, 3 or 4 times a week, somebody's gotten gas. Here's 8 cents into your account. Here's 12 cents into your account. Just little by little, drip by drip, it starts to add up and multiply. But up here, you'll see Mean Mug. There's also a Party Fowl, which is a Nashville hot chicken place. Both of those give me 6% back. And so anything that I buy at Mean Mug, which is typically where I go to buy my coffee, I will get 6% back, and it's just added into my account. It just works. It's just beautiful. Now, before we go to the next app, let me just say that this video is being made in partnership with Mint Mobile. I have been a loyal customer of Verizon Wireless for, I think when I went in to check, it was 20 years and 7 months. I have been a customer of Verizon Wireless. And for the last couple of years, as I was approaching retirement and thinking about losing income, I was trying to decide if changing carriers was going to be a good idea for me. And I started looking at Mint Mobile. Their ads are everywhere. You've probably seen this guy. He is on YouTube advertising, he's on television advertising, and I kept looking and I kept thinking, well, that looks like a pretty good deal. It's built on the back of the nation's largest 5G network, and so I went and looked that up, found out who that was, looked at their coverage. It's a little bit stronger than Verizon, but they're pretty much the same. And then I would tell myself, well, maybe now's not the time. I really don't. I'm not, unless it's buying a new iPhone or a new iMac, I'm not the first guy to jump in. And so about 6 months ago, I decided this is it. I'm going to make this switch. And then I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And so finally a month ago, I did it. I signed up at Mint Mobile and I got an eSIM card. I don't even have my phone in here with me. I don't even understand where I'm at right now. But I've signed up for an eSIM card, which my phone was qualified for. And within 15 minutes, simple instructions in an email, within 15 minutes, I had dropped Verizon and picked up Mint Mobile. And I've been using it now for about a month, and I have to tell you that it is working great for me. My Verizon bill was over $100 a month, and I am saving about 70 to 75% of that with Mint Mobile. That's a huge savings. Now, the other thing that I was kind of concerned about was, did it have a hotspot? And I found out that it does. The plan that I got, which is unlimited data, comes with 10 gigabytes for a hotspot. And the reason that's important to me is we're on AT&T UVerse here at our house for Wi-Fi and cable and all of that. And every once in a while, it goes out. And so with the hotspot on my phone, I'm able to hook my laptop back up. I'm still able to get online. And I have never used 10 gigabytes in a month on the hotspot with the Verizon wireless. So that was covered. The other thing that I was concerned about was I want to step up my game of traveling overseas. And with Verizon, now I could have gotten an international eSIM. I didn't really know how they worked. I wasn't really sure what I was doing with those, but typically what I did on Verizon, I just had the international plan that cost me $10 a day to use data. So if I landed at the London airport and I texted back home to my kids or to my mom and said, I've landed, I'm safe, we're good to go, that automatically is 10 bucks. And I will use that. 10 bucks is only good for that day. And at some point, I will run out of data. I've done that twice. The first time I was in Oxford, England, and I was uploading pictures to Instagram, and I was sending pictures back home, and I was taking short little videos and sending them back home. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't upload a picture. Verizon had throttled my data down to nothing until the next day when it would start over again. So the trip that I have coming up in Scotland, that's 9 days. That's $90 that would cost me for the international roaming plan with Verizon. With Mint Mobile, you buy data for your international roaming, and it just automatically adds to your account. And so I'm going to get $30. I think $30 will do all I need to do. And that carries over from day to day. It's not a certain limit per day. So even on international roaming, Mint Mobile is going to save me a lot of money. And if you're interested in making that change or taking a look at that, I've got a link, very first thing in the description below, on trymintmobile.com/the new retired me. Now, if you sign up, obviously I get a few cents here and there, and you know, we all understand how that works. But I was really, really grateful when Mint Mobile reached out to me and wanted to partner with this channel. Now that the commercial is over, let's get back to what I came here to talk about, and that is a couple of other apps. One of them is the Ibata app. Ibata is something that a friend of mine at work at Fulton High School shared with me a couple of years ago, and I downloaded it, I signed up, and of course, you know, when I sign up, she got a sign-on bonus because I signed up with her code. There's a link, again, buried way down deep in the description, that if you decide to sign up using that link, I will get a small bonus. I think it may be like $7 or something if you sign up. But I use this almost exclusively, not entirely, but almost exclusively to go grocery shopping. Now, it is an app on my phone, so everything that I'm going to do on the website here, I do on my app typically. And you'll see that, for instance, Food City is a grocery store that I shop at a lot. And if I go to Food City, you'll see all of these categories over here on the left, and all of the money back that is available through the Ibata app. So, you know, a lot of things I don't buy typically, but I'm about to have to buy paper towels. And if I click this, it automatically adds it to my app that I want to get this money back if this shows up on my receipt. I did buy this Finish Ultimate the last time I went shopping. I got $6 back on my dishwashing pods. And you know, you just go down, you just pick and choose. So if you're into protein bars, they'll give you a nickel back. Again, it's drip by drip. And so with something like Food City or Target, I have, you know, the Food City value card, I have a Target card. Those cards are automatically tied into Ibata, and if I buy something and I use my card account, it will just automatically scan and give me the money back on anything on that. I don't have to do anything else. But if I go to like Fresh Market, then it's like Upside. I have to take a picture of the receipt, I upload it, it gives me a list of everything that I qualified for. I confirm that, I say yes, good to go. Within a week, 2 to 3 days usually, that money back is in my Ibata account. I use that primarily for groceries, and I say primarily because I'm going to show you something in a minute on how I use these apps together. The other one that I use is an app called Rakuten. And Rakuten I got because there were a lot of people back when I first got my American Express card and I was earning travel points. A lot of people who were talking about American Express cards came back to Rakuten because instead of money back, you can choose to get American Express reward points back. And I did that for a while. But now that we've paid for the trip to Scotland and I'm not worried too much about all of that, I've changed this back to giving me money back. And you'll see here on the screen, I've got $75 sitting in here right now. So this is how this works. If I want to, let's see, if I want to go to, well, let's go to one that I went to the other day. Wolf linen. I needed a duvet cover for my bed. So Wolf Linen gives me 6% cash back if whatever I buy. And I've got all of my credit cards. I have 5 credit cards that I earn points on. I have all of them loaded into this app. Doesn't matter which one I use, it's going to give me $6 back. That has already appeared in my account. Not only do I get money back this way, and also I'll get money back on a lot of purchases at Walmart where I don't get extra rewards from my credit cards for that. But if I go to Mint Mobile, let's just stick with Mint Mobile for a minute. If you just went to the Mint Mobile site, you'll see that Rakuten is going to give me $5 cash back if I make a purchase here on this site. I don't know yet if that qualifies for renewing my deal or not, but it did when I first signed up. I got $5 back from when I first signed up. So I'm just going to activate that, show you how this works. And every website you go to that they have, that's exactly how that happens. Now you notice this little sign over here? This is Ibata. Ibata has already loaded me in to give me $1 back. So now instead of $5, I'm going to get $6 back on this purchase. And that doesn't count choosing which credit card gives me the best benefit, okay? And so we'll talk about that in another video later. But these are the things that make these apps worthwhile for me, is that they will stack a lot of times. In addition, if I'm looking at something on Amazon, let's say, because that's where everybody goes, I don't get anything back on purchases from Amazon through Ibata or through Rakuten. But what they will tell me is if I look at a specific item, it will come up and say, hey, we found that item cheaper over here on this website. And it may be a website where I'm also going to get money back through Rakuten. So these little dribs and drabs, these little pieces, earn me probably $20 a month, $20 to $30 a month. Again, it's not going to make you rich, but it's just a way to say, hey, I'm already buying this. And if I'm going to buy it, it might as well benefit me in some way. And these apps, Upside, Ibata, and Rakuten, they will do that. And then if you decide to go to trymintmobile.com/thenewretiredme and make that change over to Mint Mobile, I'm telling you, from me, it's highly recommended. But we'll come back to it after I get back from Scotland as well to let you know how the international calling went. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.